I'm so excited about my iPhone 7 and the quality of it. I'm so close to my face and you can still see the whole entire thing.
And the pores on your face.
Yeah, you can see the pores on my nose. This is officially my first video on a new iPhone 7. We just went and picked it up at Verizon. Super stoked because this has got a way better camera. And I've got over 250 gigs of storage, so I'll never ever have a problem recording my vlogs again. Today has been a good day so far. We went to church this morning. The service was about the seventh commandment. It was powerful. Our pastor spoke with authority on this issue of adultery. It's a big problem that we have in our current culture right now, especially with how easy it can be for people to partake in adultery because of the use of pornography and that type of thing. A link to the sermon, the message from today at Grace City Church, I'm going to put that in the description under this video. Anyway, I'm pumped. This camera is awesome. I'm very excited. This has taken, I think, my vlogging to a whole nother level because of the quality of this image and the camera that I'm using now. And the storage is going to be amazing because I'll be able to save all my favorite videos and clips, as well as have more than enough storage to record my daily stuff, because there has been several moments where I've wanted to capture a recording and haven't been able to do that because of the storage limitations. So anyway, we're headed home. Say hi, Xander, to our vlogging buddies. Oh, he just woke up from a nap, and so he's not in the best mood. You can see the pores on my nose. The black mask worked okay, but it wasn't as good as I hoped. I'm so pumped about this phone. Oh my god. Oh, you can see how yellow my teeth are. Oh no. I've tried teeth whitening before, but it hurts. It hurts like crazy. Like, I had to take it off. It's supposed to leave it on for like 20 minutes. I had to take it off in 5. You are about to witness one of my favorite creations in the entire world. Have it, folks. The Grant Dunn breakfast sandwich. I probably ate that sandwich for like 2 years straight in my early 20s, every single day. Now we probably eat it like once every couple of weeks. Delicious.
Hi.
Hey.
Came to see my grandson.
So somebody watched the vlog where Taylor and I are at the store sourcing for our Amazon business, and they were asking what app we were using and really what we were doing in general. Like, what the heck are you doing in the store buying stuff and getting all excited about profit and whatnot. So I'm gonna take a minute, I'm gonna run up to the garage here, and I'm gonna just talk to you a little bit about that. So we are in the garage, in the lair of Charles. Charles is the guy that does all the full-time shipping. What you can see here on this table is a bunch of stuff that Charles and Taylor purchased over, I think they spent about $3,000 in a couple of days. All of this actually was what we purchased, and I think it was vlog 7 or 8, which is Retail Arbitrage with Taylor. All this stuff here came from that shopping spree. So anyway, this is the garage, so you can kind of get a good idea where all of our product is. I'll just take a minute to explain what we do here. and how we make a full-time income, plus have some employees making a full-time income with us doing this business. Well, you might imagine there is actually quite a bit to what I do. I remember when I got started, it sounded very simple, and overall, I should say it's simple. Nothing really is easy in business. It always takes work. But it is rather simple compared to maybe some business models. But I guess I say that now because as I've grown in my business career, business in general, how it works, inventory, managing people, managing employees, payroll, all these things now sound much more easy and simple today than they ever were in the past before when they were completely foreign to us. Essentially what happened as I was doing affiliate marketing and network marketing online, figured out how to generate traffic through videos and paid advertising and all these different things, I was struggling. And I remember finding, actually I had sponsored about 115 people into one program and nobody duplicated in that thing. And so I thought, what the heck, I thought if I became a sponsoring machine that I would be able to, find some people that could duplicate my results and ultimately they would help me grow my business and help me earn a better income. And it just didn't work that way. Being a recruiter is rare. And I never did really recruit to the level of where I guess I needed to be, where I could sponsor thousands of people into a program. So what ended up happening is a friend of mine, he introduced me to selling on Amazon, and we started out with drop shipping. Drop shipping is essentially where you source product from like Walmart.com or HomeDepot.com or wherever, and you list it on like Amazon or some other type of third-party selling site for more than what you can order it from, let's say Walmart, for example. So let's say you got like a lawn and patio set, and it's going to cost you $500 to purchase it from Walmart, but then you go on to Amazon and you list it for $700. And somebody buys it from you. Now, I don't know if the margins are really that big. Usually drop shipping margins are very small. But let's say you sell it for $700. Well, then you take that customer's information, you go over to Walmart.com and you send that product to that customer as a gift. So you order it. So you take their $700 less fees, and then you go purchase it for $500 and send it to the customer. That's drop shipping, and that's how I started. So eventually what I started doing was retail arbitrage. And I learned about selling on Amazon via FBA. So going from a drop shipping model to a actually fulfilling physical product that I first invest in, buy, and then ship to the customer myself. However, with the Amazon FBA model, you get to prep it, send it into Amazon, and then they store it in their warehouses, and then when your customers buy from you, they pick it, pack it, and ship it to the customers. So what I started doing was a strategy called retail arbitrage, and it's actually fairly simple. It does take time to really master it, and there's always ways to improve. You're always getting better and better as time goes on. I would say now I'm pretty dang good at it. What you do is you have a scanning app on your phone, right? And you walk into the store and you're just basically scanning stuff. It could be clearance items. It could be that you go to a price off store or a liquidation type store, and you just start scanning things with your phone. And that scanning app, depending on which app you have, the good ones will basically do a lot of the math for you. So let's pretend that, I'm buying this product right here, Doc McStuffins Bouncy Ball for $10. And I scan it with my phone and I find that it sells on Amazon for $30. What a good scanning app will do is actually break down the math and show you what your return on investment would be if you were to sell it at the current low market price. Now there's a lot of details that go in that. There's graphs that I've learned to read, and I teach people how to read. There's other things to consider, historical inventory pricing and low pricing. Is Amazon a competitor? Have they been a competitor in the past? That type of stuff. There's so much really to think about. I could probably write it out on a piece of paper, but it gets easier over time. But essentially that's the idea. You scan something, you're going to pay $10, you're going to sell it for $30, and maybe you're going to make like a $10 bill. That would be 100% return on investment. Okay, now what the scanning app will do is take out all of the fees, especially if you have the settings set right. It'll take out, what is it going to cost you to ship it into Amazon to their fulfillment centers. It'll take out the fees that Amazon's going to charge you. It'll take out really all of the expenses that are built into, buying it, sending it into Amazon, and then selling it. Okay, now obviously it's not going to take out things like, for example, let's say it's a pair of socks or something. Well, clothing needs to be inside of a poly bag to protect it while it's in the warehouse. You don't want to get dust on it or smells or smokes or whatever. I don't think there's really smokes inside a warehouse, but mainly you want to keep it, from getting dusty inside the warehouse at Amazon. So one of the requirements for like a clothing item is to poly bag it. Well, my scanning app isn't going to figure that factor in. Okay, that's why you want to make sure there's always plenty of profit within your purchasing to cover all of your expenses. Obviously, it's not going to cover for me to have Charles or factor in what it's going to cost for me to have Charles prep and pack those goods right here at this table, and then pack it into boxes and what my box cost is and all of these different things. So in a perfect world, what we're trying to make is as much possible. And a lot of things we sell, we're spending $5 and we're going to make $10 or $15 or even $20 in return. Sometimes those return on investments are crazy, like 100, 150, 200% return on investment. Okay, that stuff does happen, but you have certain rules that you set for yourself, and really it's more of an intuition now on how I do or what I will and won't buy. You're trying to make sure that you're buying at a high enough return on investment, that you have high enough standards for your buying in your business, that it does cover all of the expenses within the entire organization. So some of the things that I pay for in my business, for example, payroll, employees, I pay myself, I pay for fuel, I have to pay for hotels because we have to travel, several hours away oftentimes to get the volume of inventory that I want to sell, right? We have to spend quite a bit of money every month to keep up with what we're trying to do here. And so there's those expenses. There's prep and pack goods, right? We got stickers and plastic bags. We've got cardboard boxes over here, right? All that type of stuff. I even pay a local company in town to save all of their packing materials, right, that they receive through their shipments. I pay them $300 a year, and they gather all this for me every single week, and we go pick it up like maybe every week or every other week. And so we're always stocked on packing materials. Sometimes I have to buy my own packing materials. I got to pay for equipment. I got to pay for, bubble wrap here, right? There's all kinds of stuff that I'm spending money on. I've got subscriptions to services that we use, for example, inventory management software, repricing software. The list goes on and on and on, right? There's a lot of things that, I could break down in a course or something like that to really explain in greater detail. But there's a lot of expenses. The cool thing about selling on Amazon, in my opinion, is you get paid for what you are worth. You get paid what you're worth. If you work hard, you can make a lot of money. If you're lazy, you're not going to make any money at all. You got to know what to buy. You got to know when to buy it. You got to know when not to buy it, right? You got to know how much return you should have on a particular product. Obviously, some products you're going to accept a 20% return on investment, whereas others you're going to say absolutely not. It needs to be at least a 50 or 60% return on investment for me to buy something like that. So there's a lot of items where I look at it and it's profitable, and I put it back on the shelf, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. And again, that's the intuition part, the stuff that comes to you after years and years and years of doing this business. Now, obviously, I can't take all the credit for the success we've had in this business. We've had employees that have come and gone that were huge contributors to where we're at today. And I have employees, including my wife, who's not really an employee, she's a business owner, who's also very responsible for where we're at today in the business. For example, Charles, who does full-time shipping. He's been with me for almost 2 years. He's done all the shipping. I don't think I've even been in the shipping department for over a year now. He's also a sourcer. He knows how to source product. He does a fantastic job, is almost 100% accurate on everything that gets sent into Amazon. And so we're really grateful for him and his contributions to our business. My wife, Ashley, she manages our Amazon account. She manages our Inventory Lab account. So inventory management. She makes sure that the bills are paid on time, right? She's like my full-time accountant. She meets with the CPA. She's in communication with the CPA. She does payroll. Like, there's so much of this business that I don't even know really how it totally works because of Ashley and what she's doing. We also have Taylor, who's working with us now, who's doing all of the sourcing, or at least 90% of the sourcing on the road, local, all of that. right? So it really is a team effort, and that's one of the things that I can attribute our success to, is we've got people who care about the success of this business. They're working hard toward the success of this business, and that's partly why we are where we're at. Now, I couldn't say everything that I said in this video without giving you some things that you can do that I believe have been a huge contributor to the success in my business, and what I think you should be doing if you also want to get started, or you just want to take your Amazon selling business to the next level. Here's what I can tell you. I've read a few books on the topic. The first book I read was a book called Retail Arbitrage by a guy named Chris Green. You can buy that on Amazon. I also have gone through his book Online Arbitrage, same author. Probably the biggest thing, and this is crazy, right? The biggest thing that I learned from, and that gave me the clues to how to build this business when I knew nothing about it, it was literally spending every waking moment. I got inside of a bunch of Facebook groups in the Amazon community, and I read every single post that I could get my eyes on, right? So when I had a break at work, I was reading those Facebook posts. I was inside those groups. When I was at home and not doing anything and sitting at the table or sitting on the couch, I wasn't watching TV. I was reading those those comments and those threads. When I was taking a poop, right? No joke. Every time I sat at the toilet, I had my phone out and I was reading through threads on Facebook, right? And people would ask a question or they would make a comment, and then you get all these experts or non-experts who come in there and they share their opinion and their ideas and what they believe is the right answer or the right response to the query. I read that stuff, and a lot of the stuff didn't even apply to me at that time in my business, but I would read it anyway because it often would come up later. There was a time where I was really, really struggling in this business. I could not understand where or how these people who were doing multi-millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars selling on Amazon were finding their product. I'm like, where is it coming from, right? And they're retail arbitrage guys. And so what I ended up doing is I went to an event, okay? And this is a big tip. Go to events, meet people. I believe it was February or March of 2015. And it was my first Amazon-related event, and I'd been to several for other business events and stuff like that. And I went there. Everybody was awesome. They were all very inviting, kind people. And I found a couple of people. I knew what I needed when I went there. See, and that's a big part of going to an event. You don't go there without a plan, right? My plan was to get answers to my problems. And my problems were I didn't know where all the inventory was that I needed. I needed to know where I could buy more product. Now, partly because we're in a situation geographically where it's hard to find product because there's not a ton of stores, and also because I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. I knew a little bit about what I was doing, enough to make a few $1,000s a month, but not to take it to the next level. And so I met a few guys that took us under their wing, Ashley and I, and they divulged and shared everything that they were doing in their business with us, or at least some of the major parts of it. They taught us about selling groceries on Amazon. They taught us, really one of the big takeaways that I got from that event was that I wasn't scanning enough stuff. I was going into the stores and I was looking at down the aisles and I was looking at the clearance items, but I wasn't grabbing enough stuff off the shelf. I was pre-qualifying items while they were still on the shelf. Instead of grabbing them, taking my scanning app and scanning the barcode and actually analyzing it. We now basically scan everything, and that really is our strategy. That's our mantra. And I've even got a mug that a friend of mine gave me that says "scan everything" on the coffee mug, because that is what took us from struggling in the Amazon selling community and the Amazon selling business to doing over $30,000 in a month. Get in the groups, go to events, be a sponge, be an absolute sponge. Buy some courses. They're out there. There's some phenomenal courses that'll teach you how to sell on Amazon. And get to the events, talk to people, network with people, friend people on Facebook, get involved. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, okay? Not just with Amazon, but in coaching and life coaching and just being and finding mentors and stuff like that. I can honestly say that we have spent tens of thousands of dollars on coaching and mentoring. Right, it's part of the reason why I believe that we're making strides in multiple areas of our business and stuff like that, is because of the mentors and coaches that we have hired for our life. Well, what did you think of the video? do me a favor and like this post, like this video, comment below and let me know what you thought about the video and the content. And do me an even bigger favor and go to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Have a great rest of the week.